Welcome to Snaccidents! Hey, you might be asking yourself, what's a snackcident?
Have you been out with friends and accidentally eaten all the appetizers for the table?
Have you sat on the couch for your favourite show and eaten a whole can of Pringles after only the first episode?
Have you gone up for your third plate at the family barbecue when everyone else is still in their first?
Then you, my friends, have had a snackcident.
But that's okay. We're not here to judge, we're here to help.
By judging.
We accept this dark hunger that lives in every one of us, but we're here to offer you better quality Snaccidents through careful consideration and cutthroat democracy.
Each episode, we bring snacks that we love in a head-to-head battle, an ultimate Snacc-down, where we taste and score each other's snacks and vote on the final Snack Champ.
At the end of each episode, the final
Snack Champ
will go on to fight the winner of the next episode and become our version of a Snack Highlander, or as we like to call it,
Snacklander! Now, what snacks qualify as competitors?
These can be any food or drink item easily attainable. We want to keep it simple and accessible so you can join in the fun at home.
Now, these can be snacks that need small amounts of preparation such as cooking, microwaving, or boiling, but they must consist of the product and just that.
Exactly. Now, with that out of the way, let's introduce ourselves as your guides and experts.
I'm Charlie, your limited edition snack addict.
And I'm Sam, your amateur chocolatier. And now, a quick message from our sponsor. Cacolo Treats is an online luxury confectionery business based in Wiltshire.
Born in the midst of the lockdown, their mission is to spread positivity, motivation, and happiness through everyone's favourite snack. Chocolate!
And you'll hear more from them later on. So, the theme this episode is...
Survival Snacks!
And to help us weigh in on this topic, we have a real OG, absolute tuna melt, and hiking and survival enthusiast, Oliver Guppy.
I'm here again.
You're here again. Fantastic. Glad to have you. Can you share any more memorable snackcidents with us?
I ate my pasta bolognese so fast that I ate the oxygen absorber that comes in it.
I mean, I don't really know what that means, but it sounds quite bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What does that do?
Just makes you really ill.
Oh. You know, like poison does?
Kind of, but...
To be clear, what is the purpose of the oxygenator?
To stop it from moulding, I think.
So you basically ate silica beads, is
Pretty
what you're
much,
saying?
yeah.
Wow, that does sound
So
quite
it did
bad.
stop you from moulding for a while.
I mean, it is quite damp up on them there hills.
Yeah.
But sure. Anything you've been up to at the moment that's not eating silica beads?
No, not really.
No, just still eating silica beads. Fantastic.
Really gained a passion for it.
Okay.
Hashtag walking life.
Oh, not me. How about you, Charles? Anything else?
I mean, as we've got a fellow walker on here, I enjoy walking. Not really for, like, long-distance hiking. I don't camp or anything. But I enjoy a nice walk with my little doggaroo Toga and girlfriend Becky.
Nice. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Wholesome. So, Sleazy G, what about you, my man?
I did go to a wedding, which was really nice, and having not really gone outside for, I don't know, a year and a half, as I'm sure a lot of people are in the same boat, I was really looking forward to it. It was absolutely lovely. It was beautiful. However, a lot of the Snaccidents I had over the lockdown, as I'm sure, again, many people did, kind of accumulated on me, and none of my suits fit. So that was not a great feeling. That was a bit of a shame, having to turn up in just, like, a nice shirt.
So you didn't just go with it and pop out a little bit?
Nah, I didn't feel like hulking out that that nice Armani.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't go cheap, I just don't go stretchy. Real shame. Right, well, anyway, let's move past that and go on with the show.
Let's forget it forever.
Yes.
So now we'll each get the chance to fight our case for the snacks we've brought and why we love them.
Charles, why don't you take us away?
So for this episode, I've brought something that I'm truly passionate about. The Tesco's meal deal is the best survival food you can get. Specifically, what I've chosen is the chicken and bacon wrap. The wrap is delicious. The texture is excellent. A wrap always beats out a sandwich, and on top of that, you get a drink and either a biscuit or crisps along with it. You could not need anything more for a survival snack.
Fantastic. I mean, is there any particular drink or crisps or side or whatever it is that you get with it that you would champion?
I normally bring a big fucking coffee. I forget the name of it. It's almost like a milkshake with the caffeine hit. Generally, I'll take like a Thornton's brownie or McCoy's crisps alongside.
Something sweet, something to keep you going.
Yeah, I've got dogs, so on the weekend we'll do a big long ass walk. It's an all-out winner for me.
I will say, having worked with you almost every day for 6 or so years now, I feel like more often than not I've seen you have this every day for lunch.
I mean, maybe back in the past, old Charlie was a bit lazier with his food. I like to make my own lunches now to save a bit of money. But for £3 for those 3 things, that's pretty good.
I mean, as well as that, I've seen you when we've been away and stuff as well, doing various things. It is really, really convenient to have all those things. You can just stick them in a bag. You've got everything you need. It's great. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad you brought the chicken and bacon one, because the chicken Caesar, to me, every time you open it, I think, has Charlie brought weed into work or something?
Is Charlie smoking a big bifter at work?
A bifter,
a big old bifter?
No, it's just, it does have that distinct sort of complex tang that I would associate with
that Caesar stank.
That Caesar stank.
Yes.
You love that Caesar stank.
You'll love it too.
Right, now, with that strong contender coming in first, Ollie, what have you got for us next?
I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this food because it really does taste terrible.
Well, this is a good start.
No,
okay.
but wait. When you're on top of like a hill in the freezing cold and you're soggy and you feel like you're about to die, it tastes really good. Like, no matter how bad or how cold it actually is.
I think I should probably point out at this stage that mine and Charlie's version of survival is probably quite different to yours, because we like...
Yeah.
Our version of survival is just being like an unfamiliar hotel room versus like cold, wet, rain, wind, sleet, drowning, darkness, loneliness, lost, all those kind of things, which is, I guess, definitely more of a factor than our average trip to work.
So when you are eating mine, just pretend like you are about to die, and it will.
I'm guessing it's just it's definitely more of a reliable thing. Like, there's no fridge for your wrap or
No.
you know.
I mean, if you can drop a joke, Sam, just before we eat it, it might simulate the scenario.
Well, thank you very much, Charles. But yeah, I guess it is something you should probably consider more when you're like out on the moors or potentially dealing with the Beast of Bodmin or whatever you're going to find out there.
You're definitely going to get some survival points for having a hot meal.
Yes, definitely. I will say you've probably taken this a lot more seriously than we have, which was maybe...
Well, I went for short-term survival. Sam, I think yours is a joke, honestly, but we'll look into that in a moment.
Well, with that in mind, here is mine. Whether it's going to a different country, a road trip, a gig, a festival, a holiday, it's always that red can of original flavour Pringles in my bag, for better or worse. They are my always reliable potato friends. I cannot overstate the practicality of these beautiful little potato sculptures. They're just incredible vehicles for flavour with all kinds of dips and other accoutrements. Much like Charles stated with the corn nugs, but hopefully not mayonnaise with these, though. I really hope mayonnaise in these.
I would mayonnaise them. I would mayonnaise them.
God.
Some ready salted Pringles.
That's a horrible thought.
Oh, I drizzle it all over them.
It still bothers me to this day that my brother would just eat plain slices of bread from a bag on a plate with just like big dollops of ketchup and mayonnaise, and he dips it in. That's prison food, in my opinion. That's nothing anyone should be eating. I mean, I think one of my favourite things to do with Pringles was to get the Doritos made these dips, and I think they still do, which was the sour cream and chive ones. And then you get the sour cream and chive Pringles and just like mash those bad boys together for the ultimate sour cream and chive experience.
Yeah, that one flavour.
That one whole... absolute encompassing, you cannot get more sour cream and chive than this. It was very good.
I'd just love to kiss you afterwards.
Oh yeah, the worst breath you can imagine. It's one of the reasons I don't eat those anymore. I can't even I can't stand my own breath. It's horrendous. Okay, another thing, those cans just do such a good job as well of protecting those precious little potato wafers, unlike the bagged potato pears, and are actually resealable. But most importantly, as I'm sure OG can back me up on, they do make quite impressive bazookas with the addition of hairspray. But I won't go into the specifics to avoid any liabilities or grounds for suing, but at the end of the day, I'm sure we can all agree that everyone appreciates some good cans. What stands out for me the most when I think about surviving is our trips to London to attend Comic-Con, where for several days we live out of backpacks in the cheapest Airbnbs or hotels we can find, as long as they don't cancel on us less than 24 hours before we arrive.
Oh, you cannot bitch about that. I had to deal with everything.
Yeah, no, you did a fantastic
It's all
job.
on my card.
I just gave you the money.
Yep.
I didn't complain. Plus, walking around all day with a big bulky bag, ruin the look of your costume. So to avoid that, my diet for those several days 100% consisted of original flavour Pringles, as they really fill you up, and litres of pre-mixed rum and coke. Because you gotta stay hydrated.
Oh, you gotta stay hydrated. I think my drink of choice for the Comic-Con was generally a nice Cramorito, an easy mix, 50-50, cranberry juice and amaretto. And my food of choice was a big-ass tiger bread that I would hollow out, and then I'd add
I forgot about that.
a pack of bacon, a pack of eggs, scrambled, and then a pack of sausages. And I just have it, I push it inside this loaf of tiger bread, and I just eat it over the weekend.
Just one of the densest objects on earth. Yeah, I would see you eat a good, you'd spend a good 5 to 10 minutes eating on this thing, and then just closing it back up again, just coming back to it later that day, or the next day, or the third day. I can't imagine that bacon was doing so
it shouldn't
great.
last for 3 days, but it did.
I mean, a lot of things last for 3 days if you just eat them, even when they've gone bad. But I mean, yeah, when you're in London Comic Con and you're walking around with a face mask on all day as 3 members of the Spider-Verse, it does get quite hot, and you need to plan ahead because those are pretty skin tight. I mean, I've also got to throw this out there as well. Compared to pretty much all of the crisp potato chip anythings, the ratio of product to just the goddamn air is unmatched. That said, I've lost count how many times I've eaten a full-size can of these exceptionally engineered potato perfections in one go. They are absolutely another home dunk slam run, quite frankly.
I mean, Pringles are Pringles, dog.
Okay.
They're alright. I don't really like crisps that much. They
Damn it!
They come out. No. Let me. I find the shape a bit frustrating. I don't know which way to put it in my mouth, but that's fine.
Right, no.
But
We have to, there's no but. We have to establish how it is you're eating these Pringles before we go any further, because I feel like there is only one way to do this, and every other way is wrong.
Okay, so...
And you've told me some whack things about Oreos before,
We'll find out when we eat the Pringles, but I do like to have the whole thing in my mouth.
That's fine. I just
fine.
feel like
a duck.
Yes, I just feel like there's only one way round that they go, and I'm curious to find out what you are doing.
Do you know how I have them?
No.
I put them in duck ways. I put them in... We'll see. When we try this, you'll see. Well, I put them in duck ways, and then I like to pivot them the other way.
That doesn't make any sense!
Okay, I will say,
God.
aside from McCoy's, the sour cream Pringles are probably my favourite crisps.
I don't think I know anyone that has as many just utterly bizarre ways of eating certain, well-established foods.
Okay.
And I love you for it, but, this is just wild.
When you're a snack addict, you need to
gotta
mix
keep it
up.
fresh.
You need to keep it fresh.
Oh my god.
You should see how I ate Magnums. That's for a later episode, though. That's a f***ing Easter egg.
Man, I there's so many t-shirt potential ideas with this. What was it you said? I eat them duck ways. No, sorry, I put them in duck ways, which is just...
I mean, it's like a quacker.
It's like a
You
quacker.
put in like a beak.
Oh, God.
Man, can we eat some food now?
We've got some honourable mentions real quick. Survival foods, again, for me. If we're playing a bit loosey-goosey with the rules, considering we haven't really bought what I would consider survival foods compared to Ollie's, rum and coke. There's been many journeys with you and otherwise.
Oh, that's a bad
survived
survival food.
You've seen me survive on just rum and coke for quite some time.
Yeah, no, it's dangerous though. It's dangerous being out there in the wild.
It is, unless you're experienced. Have you actually seen it go wrong for me, like, ever?
I mean...
Where we've actually planned ahead to do a thing and I've pre-mixed, not like just a party.
Okay, normally in these kind of scenarios, Sam gets a bit fucking wild for a bit, but he normally levels out by the end, and then he becomes a leader and a hero.
A guide, some might say.
Yes. For me...
That's very generous of you.
I'm a very generous guy.
Worse.
I'm a generous lover. Okay, so if there's one thing for me in terms of survival sustenance, I love a good flask of coffee. There are some scenarios where it is a bad move to bring coffee with you on a walk.
Yes.
And sometimes you either have to walk home very quickly, get a lift, or make sure that you
Call your buddy Sam.
Call your buddy Sam, but a lot of the time it's better just not to bring the coffee in those scenarios.
Ollie, is there anything else you would be taking with you on 10 tours or otherwise if, for whatever reason, this was not available?
It sounds kind of lame, but raisins are pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds like you're either 4 or like 80.
Oh, Ollie, you're such a loser. Oh, man.
You're the coolest kid I know.
Raisins so much.
No, raisins are really good. Little wrinkly testicle looking things.
You sound like an absolute food hipster right now.
Yeah. No, they're good. I like them. They're just squish grapes.
Full of energy.
Exactly.
I think you mean dry aged.
Yeah. Yeah.
28-day matured grapes.
It's a good snack, not a nice snack.
Fair enough. I mean, I've got to concede I know very, very little about any of this stuff. And like I said, mostly for me, it's just getting drunk and not getting lost.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really do survival.
No.
It's more like...
No, I don't leave the house very often, so I mean, it's not really something that comes into my day-to-day.
When you're on the long line, when you're on the when you're on the extendo lead,
yeah,
you're not going out into the wild. You're just
testing the waters.
You're not inside. Is survival Sam style?
Yeah, it could be raining out there, man. You got to plan ahead.
Yeah. All right, we should try some of this stuff though.
We should try some of this stuff. Okay, and with that, on to round 2.
But first, snack facts. Did you know the cocaine in Coke was supposedly 1/10 of a line or teaspoon and a half, depending on where you look?
Either way, that seems like a lot of cocaine for a beverage, but sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, did you know Dr. Pepper? Yeah, I think it was about 5 cents originally, like soda bars was how that worked. Well, did you know Dr. Pepper was originally formulated in 1885, which is way older than I thought. And was originally named Waco, I believe, after the place it was made. And then when it was bought by a philanthropist, he renamed it after a real doctor he knew. Hence the name Dr. Pepper. That's
Snack Facts!
First up, we've tried the, and I don't think you actually mentioned this before, it's called Summit to Eat, which is a fantastic name, and I didn't expect it to be so good. To be honest, you sold this as maybe something that was going to be a bit unpleasant and maybe a necessity more than something you would desire.
You said for us to put ourselves in a mind space where we had to survive in a cold, dark night, and actually, it was real delicious.
I don't know whether that's just that or like the power of our imaginations, that this is just so much better than we thought it would be because we think we're going to die. But quite frankly, it's really, really good. It's not zesty or like, it doesn't have a great deal of razzle-dazzle. I wouldn't say its fragrant properties are particularly good, but the actual flavour and how filling it is, especially for the environment that you've described, it's exceptionally good for something you just get out of the packet and put boiling water into.
It was warm, it was filling, it was salty, and it was tasty.
Yeah, to be honest, we did remember to take out the oxygenator.
The death bag.
The death bag. We're not doing the Tide Pod challenge. We're over that. It's difficult to be subjective about it because it's also fairly nostalgic for me as it tastes familiar in so many ways to a lot of the bologneses and lasagnas and stuff that we've had in our family over many years.
Yeah.
And as I'm sure he'll admit, it is a nice familiar taste.
Yeah, it's good. Very reminiscent.
I don't understand why you put it down so much when you brought it.
Because when I cook it, it's a lot more shit.
I mean, to be fair, you did cook it this time, but it was also in a kitchen and not like howling winds and like filling up with rain as you wait kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, damn.
I mean, so I had it with some Pringles.
Lifting the podcast
lifting
kimono there a little
the
bit.
veil. I did have to try it in between a little Pringle sandwich, and oh, it was yummy. I did make a little spillage though.
Yes, you did, annoyingly, but I will also admit, I also ventured into this Pringle space, as I described before. They are versatile little potato sculptures, and damn, it was annoyingly good, to be honest. I had very little expectations. I don't know whether that's what's blown it away from me at this point, but I set the bar low. The name is good. The packaging is, like, it's also good. It is resealable, as far as I can tell.
It's got a hunky man on the front.
A real hunky, active-looking,
He's got some
capable
cool
boy.
Sporty glasses.
He's got 2 hiking sticks, not just one. No amateur. And it's got clear instructions on the back to make it, and definitely not to eat the Tide Pod. Which
You'd have to be a real fool.
yeah,
to do
I mean, I don't know
What
how
kind of
you
idiot would
manage
do
that.
that?
Yeah, especially out in the middle of nowhere where you probably have to wait for a helicopter to turn up. Where were you?
Dartmoor.
Dartmoor.
At least you
Yeah.
die with the sheep.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it would have been a real shame because you could have never set up your 10 tour centaurs. The business I've been telling you for years, your 10 tour centaurs for 10 tours training and all kinds of, because they're centaurs and got lots of legs and they're probably good at long distances. And
I mean, honestly, that's just another ankle to twist. 2 of them.
oh no, you don't want to get put down. Yeah, that would be a big shame. I'm annoyingly impressed by this product, and I was really hoping it wasn't going to win because it looks difficult to get hold of compared to, say, the Kinder Hippos or Pringles. But we'll see. Right, well, anyway, thank you very much for bringing it, Ollie.
No problem.
Surprisingly delightful. Right, next snack. So, guys, what did you think of my snack?
I feel bad starting.
Why is that, Charles?
Ollie, how did you feel about them?
I do really like Pringles. I think they're a nice, easy snack to eat. They're quite fun. Just classic, really. I got no problem with them, apart from the stupid tube is too big to put in your pocket or fit in a bag, really, without making it bulge. So that's a negative, I'd say. But overall, it's a decent flavour, decent crisp, bit expensive sometimes.
Yeah, I will say price is not always its strongest suit, but considering how much actual crisps you get compared to, say, just a large sharing pack of any nonsense for like the same price,
there's no
you're
error
not
on
getting
that.
the same. You're not getting the same potato ratio.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're a pretty basic crisp. They taste a bit salty. I don't love them. I don't hate them. But after you eat a can of them, you do hate yourself. Sam really didn't like how I ate them, which upset me a little bit.
Okay, so I feel like this is where I've definitely lost a few points, which I feel is unfair, but
He said no. He said I was eating them wrong.
Right. Please describe for the boys and girls at home what it was that you did that made me so upset when you were eating these, and I assume that most people will agree with me.
I mean, I slid it into my mouth in the way that it felt most comfortable.
Okay, now I'm going to have to describe this for you, and I don't want to, but I need to, because Charlie insists on putting it so... What's the best way to describe it? It being
It fits in like a
curbside-
gum shield.
I would say best that he puts it in, number one, upside down lengthways, puts it into his mouth, turns it so it is then widthways in his mouth, and then blocking his air hole like some terrible food diaphragm. It is the worst thing I've seen in some time, and again, although we haven't talked about it on the show necessarily, even worse than your Oreo suggestions. I'm sorry to be so brutal with this, but it's upset me so very much. And when I insist on, could you just try to eat one normally, you just licked it to death. There was no need for this, Charles. It didn't have to be this way.
I can't help that I go against the grain. I'm a free spirit.
So infuriating. Oh, God.
I didn't really like them.
I've already lost the vote. I don't care now. Why did you do this to me? Ollie, any final thoughts on the Pringles?
Apart from that, I like them. Yeah.
Nice. Can you just back me up for 1 second? Does Charlie eat Pringles wrong?
It is terribly wrong, yes.
As a visual witness to what I have endured, you've got to change your ways.
Are you going to say that I eat bolognese wrong as well?
Well, you were... Again, we'll put up a photo of this on the socials as well. You were licking it out of a martini glass, which is absolutely, which you are still doing now, which is absolutely not what you should do.
Well, my mouth was craving its flavour after those disgusting crisps.
This has become very unfriendly very fast.
No,
We're both losers.
they're alright. No,
we're both losers in this sense.
we haven't even tried mine, but I think that we may both be losers.
Right, well, with that in mind, let's get on to the final snack.
C&B wrap.
So, Ollie, we've just tried Charlie's chicken and bacon wrap meal deal, which, again, Charlie's asked us to bear in mind, does come with a rather tasty, or so I've been told, a rather tasty brownie and coffee.
Big yummy coffee.
Coffee milkshake.
For just £3.
For just £3. Alright, we're not sponsored by Tesco's yet.
But we'd love to be.
Yeah, sure.
Get in touch.
Get in touch. To be honest, personally, I'm still very mad at Charlie for what has already transpired on the show. But I will admit, yeah, as far as like sandwiches and wraps go, I would agree with him that flavour was pretty good. It wasn't very offensive. Yeah, I mean, Ollie, what do you think?
Yeah, if I hadn't eaten already today, I probably could have scrammed the whole lot because it was pretty good. Nice, easy chicken. I like it. It's got mayo in as well.
It was very well balanced, I will say.
It's got that bacony tang.
It's got a little bit of a bacon tang.
Bit of leaf.
It doesn't stay on your palate too long in an unpleasant manner. And I feel like I could have a conversation with someone after this without them being utterly appalled. It was very good, but I don't know if there was anything super special to me. I think I've had better sandwiches and I've had better wraps. I would say freshness is definitely a key, and if for whatever reason that lacks, it would definitely lose a lot of points. But for now, quite like it.
Yeah, very solid.
That's a very somber review of the thing, unfortunately. So with that in mind, let's move on to the judging and our final third round for these particular snacks. Alright guys, it's time for the all-important third round where we vote for this episode's
Snack Jam!
Charlie, would you like to start off this time?
Oh, it's a tough one, Sam. In terms of survival snack, I think I'd have to go for the Summit to Eat, because it's good and warm and yummy. But I don't know if I've got boiling water on me. I certainly don't have a battery-powered kettle. So I'm going to have to go for my nice, easy meal deal. Chicken and bacon wrap, like I've pushed before. It comes with the drink and the extra snack.
We just want to make it clear at this point, we aren't getting any money from Tesco's.
We're not.
But I feel like we've done enough now.
To get some money from Tesco's. So I have to go for the meal deal because it is the easiest option and you get so much value for money.
It's right there in the name. It is a hell of a deal.
It's a deal.
You feel like you got a good deal.
I love a deal. When you see that yellow pop up that tells you it's a saving, it just...
I mean, when you're on your grind and you're earning that bread and you're only having to spend half of that on your goddamn sandwich.
Yeah, and you can afford your electricity this month.
Oh, such a good feeling.
So nice.
There's light again.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, well, Ollie, what about you?
I'm broke and I'm 17, so the chicken and bacon is cheap and easy. So, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Right, well, I guess that just leaves me. My vote is for the Summit to Eat. I will say, I am also a very big fan, having had it before as well, of the chicken and bacon wrap. However, as good a deal as that is, of the 3 snacks we've had so far, and I think of any episode we've done, it's been a harder challenge for me because I love my Pringles, absolutely. I eat them way too much, and I now try and stop myself from doing so. The chicken Caesar wrap, always reliable, love it, fantastic. However, the thing that left the biggest lasting impression on me of what were 3 very equally matched things was definitely the Summit to Eat, and not just because of the funny name.
I don't like bolognese, but it was delicious.
It was delicious, admittedly. Yeah, I don't always have a camping stove on me or a kettle or anything like that. However, in the conditions that it is prescribed to, which, again, I feel like as long as you were taking these anywhere where you had access to either electricity or hot water, I think it blows them out of the way, because you couldn't take these things where this is designed to be and have the same experience, let alone not die, probably. Okay, so I guess at some point we're probably going to have to go out to, I don't know, Dartmoor. Ollie can take us on his tour as like a...
Dartmouth.
His Dartmouth,
Isn't it?
Dartmouth as his first students in his 10 Tours Centaurs program.
Yeah.
The face you make every time I say it. And I guess we can do one episode where we just try Summit to Eat meals, and the other where we just try and find food, and then we describe which our favourite berries are, or I mean, I don't know what's up there, but I'm guessing mostly grass.
Yeah, one episode to reset my broken leg.
I mean, hopefully we don't have an episode down the line that becomes like cannibalism. Because the helicopter can't get there and there's fog.
Humans, who's the tastiest?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I know who I'm looking at.
I would say I'm probably less lean.
I am a fan of pork belly.
Oh, rude. Right, okay, so I guess that means that we now have this episode Snack Champ. It's time for the winner.
Chicken and bacon wrap. Sponsored by Tesco's.
Not sponsored by Tesco's because we don't want to get in trouble, but that would be nice. I feel like we've paid our dues at this point to go up against our last winner and reigning Snacklander.
Ritter Sport Spice Biscuit Edition. In the ultimate Snacc-down. Okay, let's wrap this up in our final round to find out who will be our reigning Snacklander.
Right, without further ado, has everyone got their vote prepared?
Yes.
Right, Ollie, would you like to go first?
I voted for the chicken and bacon wrap.
This is going to be a toughie.
He is a survivalist through and through.
Yeah, but the Snacklander isn't also have to be, something you're going to take with you to Dartmoor or the Antarctic.
I mean, if the man preferred the wrap...
I mean, he's more of an expert than us, sure. But what's your vote, Charles?
I have to go for the Ritter bar. Like, it's gonna be real tough for anything that isn't sugary chocolate goodness to take my vote.
You're a very biased judge. This is unfortunate, but we'll power through. Okay, fair enough. God damn, I really like both of these, but I think as a genuine day-to-day thing that I could see myself having a Snaccident with. You see them reduced when you're walking out, like, oh damn, I could just get 3 or 4 of those. It's probably going to have to be the chicken and bacon Caesar wrap.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm still the winner.
I hate you so much. It's probably got to be the chicken and bacon Tesco's meal deal wrap. Sure, it has a couple of shortcomings. I don't like where, the bottom of it is just all wrap folded up and with no mayo or chicken or lettuce in sight, but it's just a good, solid, reliable sandwich. I could eat this every single day. I couldn't see myself eating the chocolate every day. And I think that's what seals it for me.
That's why they call us chocolate and Pringles.
I don't like that. But anyway, with that sorted out, Charles, would you like to take us away?
Okay. Who's that stood upon the desolate lands of Dartmoor, holding aloft the head of its enemy? It's the new Snacklander. Bacon and chicken wrap.
Fantastic. Very compelling. Thank you very much, Charles. And so, we'd like to thank our sponsors once more for supporting the show. Cocolo Treats, an online luxury confectionery brand based in Wiltshire.
They sell a variety of confectionery goods including handmade chocolate bars, creamy fudge, and pick-and-mix sweets, as well as specialty coffee and tea.
They have a wide selection of gifts that are perfect for everyone, especially with Christmas coming up. So, head to www.cocolotreats.com to browse their full collection. Thanks again. Now, Ollie, before you go, I'd like to thank you again for joining us. Is there anything else you would like to share at the minute that you're working on?
Yeah, just an Instagram of my school Tentals team.
Okay, so you do have an Instagram this time around.
Do have an Instagram this time.
It's a brand new Instagram since last episode.
It is.
It is, fantastic.
It's jog_on_tour. Yeah, good name, isn't it?
Very classy.
Yeah, I didn't
very classy. Almost as good as Becky's.
Build spikes and boobs. Still check it out.
Fantastic. Well, we'll put a link to that down in the description. Right, that's fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing, Ollie, and thank you for coming on the show again. Charles, anything you'd like to add?
We had some really close competition.
Friendships were irreparably damaged.
But bonds were formed stronger than ever.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, that's yet to be determined.
Next time you can bring some sour cream and I might be less sour. Now, if you've got any suggestions, questions, or stories of your own Snaccidents, send those to snaccidentspodcast@gmail.com. Go snack yourself!
You can find us on all the regular socials, plus you can always check out our website at snaccidentspodcast.com for more.
And thank you all for listening.
Join us next episode for all new themes, all new snacks, and maybe a new
Snacklander! Keep it crunchy!